As our parents and grandparents grow older, something interesting happens. Their bodies begin whispering things their mouths never say. Tiny changes, quiet shifts, small behaviors that feel easy to overlook when life is busy. But to the trained eye and to the loving heart, these signs matter. Maybe lately you've noticed your elderly loved one moving differently, eating differently, speaking differently, or simply feeling off in a way you can't quite describe. Most families assume it's normal aging. But very often, these subtle changes are actually the body signaling that it's becoming more fragile. And it's asking for gentler care, slower pace, and deeper emotional presence. Today, we're going to walk through the core signs aging individuals show when their bodies begin shifting into a more delicate phase of life. These signs do not mean something bad will happen right away. But they do reveal what your loved one might be experiencing physically, mentally, and emotionally. As you listen, you might recognize someone you love in these descriptions. And understanding these changes will help you care for them with more patience, compassion, and wisdom. So sit with me for a little while. Let's talk about the things our elders can't always express, but desperately wish someone understood. One of the earliest signs the body is growing more delicate is a quiet shift in appetite. Not a simple, "I'm not hungry today," but a deeper, more consistent pattern. They take longer to finish meals. They feel full after a few bites. Their favorite dishes don't excite them anymore. They snack less. Water intake quietly drops. This isn't stubbornness. It's not pickiness. It's not them being difficult. It's the body becoming selective. As the digestive system slows down, food becomes a kind of work. Meals feel heavier. Flavors feel muted. The act of eating itself becomes tiring. Many elders don't say this out loud because they don't want to worry anyone. They don't want to feel like a burden. So they quietly adjust, eating smaller amounts, avoiding larger meals, and pretending they're fine. But you'll notice pants fitting loosely, rings sliding off, cheekbones becoming sharper. This is the body whispering, "I can't process food the way I once did." When you see this, gentleness is key. Think softer foods, nutrient-dense snacks, and smaller, more frequent meals. This shift isn't about forcing them to eat. It's about supporting the body where it is. There's a difference between being tired and being drained. What families often miss is the type of fatigue elderly loved ones show when their energy reserves are fatting. It's a tiredness that appears even after a full night's sleep, shows up after simple tasks, makes them pause before standing, leads them to sit and rest far more off, turns daily routines into slow, careful rituals. This isn't laziness. It's not a lack of motivation. It's the body protecting its remaining energy. Think of it like a phone battery that used to last all day, and now drops to 20% by noon. They're not giving up, they're adjusting. They're listening to their body even when they don't talk about it. There's a softness in their movements, a slower rhythm, as if the body knows it must conserve itself. Caregivers often interpret this as depression, withdrawal, or disinterest. But very often, it's simply a natural shift into a gentler pace. When you notice this, slowing down with them becomes one of the greatest acts of love. This is the change that catches most families off guard. A once talkative father becomes quieter. A once sharp grandmother repeats questions. A previously engaged parent stops participating in conversations. It doesn't always mean cognitive decline. Sometimes it does. But many times, it's simply the brain conserving energy just like the body does. You might see delayed responses, forgetting recent events, confusion when routines change, less interest in long conversations, distant or reflective behavior. This mental slowing is often misunderstood. It's not disrespect. It's not intentional. It's not a sign they don't care. It's the aging brain picking and choosing where to spend its energy. Deep conversations take effort. Processing emotions takes effort. Even listening takes effort. So they become quiet observers instead of active participants. If you've seen this, know this. Your presence matters even when words don't. Sitting together in silence can be just as connecting as a long conversation. Because for them, it's not the talking that matters. It's the closeness. As the body grows more fragile, something beautiful and bittersweet often happens on the emotional level. Elders begin to reflect more, remember childhood memories vividly, speak in stories, apologize more, worry about the people they love, express gratitude more often, become sensitive to tone, words, or conflict. They start thinking about life in chapters, what they've lived, what they've loved, what they regret, and what they hope for the people they'll eventually leave behind. This emotional shift is a profound signal. It's the heart gently preparing itself. They may become softer, or sometimes more irritable, or unexpectedly tearful, or intensely nostalgic. These emotional waves are not mood swings. They're expressions of a lifetime's worth of memories rising to the surface. Listening becomes one of the greatest gifts you can give, because behind every story they tell is something they still want you to know. When the body enters a fragile stage, physical signs appear slowly but noticeably. Breathing changes, shallow breaths, occasional pauses, faster breathing during rest, sighing more often, circulation changes, cold hands or feet, pale or slightly bluish skin, swelling in ankles or legs, veins becoming more visible, movement changes, shuffling steps, holding onto walls or furniture, slower reaction times, difficulty balancing. These shifts don't happen overnight. They appear quietly, like winter arriving early. It's the body signaling that the heart, lungs, and muscles are working harder than before. These signs don't mean danger. They mean awareness is needed. More support, more caution, more gentleness in their environment. They're not being dramatic. Their body is simply asking for care. If your elderly loved one is showing any of these signs, it's not a reason to panic. It's a reason to be present. The truth is, we don't get to stop time, but we do get to make the time they have left feel safe, loved, and meaningful. When you slow down with them, listen a little longer, speak a little softer, and hold them with patience, you're giving them something medicine can't provide. Comfort, peace, dignity, connection, love. Remember this: growing older isn't a tragedy. Being forgotten is. Show them through your time, your voice, and your presence that their life still matters deeply to you. And sometimes that's all they ever wanted.